Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today we're talking about the new moon in Sagittarius, which happens on December 14th of 2020. The new moon in Sagittarius spread is brought to you by Biddy Tarot. And what this new moon in Sagittarius spread is going to look at is this, it's actually a solar eclipse in Sagittarius. It also happens on the 14th. All right, and it encourages you to expand your awareness and perspective. So set your intentions around adventures and experiences that will broaden your worldview. And the 6 questions we're going to look at, the 6 cards that we're going to pull, hopefully only 6, but if there's more, we'll explain it. What new experiences are you calling into your life? Going into this new moon in Sagittarius, which happens on December 14th. Where do you need to expand your perspective and see things differently? What new areas of learning can you explore? How can you embrace adventure? How can you nourish your faith? And what is your highest intention for your freedom? All right, so the cards are shuffled, and we are going to start drawing the cards for the new moon in Sagittarius. Again, the new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius encourages you to expand your awareness and perspective, to set intentions around adventures and experiences that will broaden your worldview. So the first question up, what new experiences are you calling into your life? 9 of Bows and respect. Where do you need to expand your perspective and see things differently? 2 cards, 4 bows and 10 of bows, celebration and decision. So far, a lot of action. Number 3, what new areas of learning can you explore? Life lessons card of the moon on the water. How can you embrace your adventure? Or how can you embrace adventure during this new moon in Sagittarius? How can you embrace adventure during this new moon in Sagittarius? During this solar eclipse, how can you embrace adventure? 2 cards, King of Bows and the 5 of Arrows, the adder and frustration. How can you nourish your faith? The Knight of Vessels and the eel. And what is your highest intention for your freedom? 3 of Vessels and joy. So there you have it. Got the 9 of Bows, respect, to look at your experiences that you're calling into your life. 4 of Bows, 2 of Bows, celebration and decision on where you need to expand your perspective and see things differently. The moon on the water, to new areas of learning that you can explore. The King of Bows and the 5 of Arrows, the adder and frustration on how you can embrace adventure. The Knight of Vessels, how you can nourish your faith. The eel, and what is your highest intention for your freedom? That 3 of Vessels, joy. All right, let's get into the cards. So what new experiences are you calling into your life? That 9 of Bows, respect. And the 9 of Bows, respect, has a wood woes in it. All right, and I think the last time I talked about this card, I always look at him when he's coming out. He's coming out to challenge you. And, you know, he's going to look into your eyes to find out if you're ready to continue going down the path that you're on. So during this new moon in Sagittarius, as it's encouraging you to expand your awareness and perspective, the experiences that are calling into your life are ones of respect. He wants you to, look at those experiences that you want to move forward on, all right, and have a healthy respect for whatever that is. Now, if that's going for a hike, if that's going for a bike ride, next year, a big trip, hunting trip, anything that you want to have a new experience. Maybe you want to go deep sea diving, okay, or maybe you want to take up a new skill, all right. Something that's going to, open your awareness, expand it, and give you a different perspective on something. And it could be changing careers. It could be looking at new opportunities within your career field. It could be, within relationships and social settings. Okay. And when you look at that, it takes you out of your normal, how do I want to say it? Your comfort zone. Okay, he wants you to go out and challenge your comfort zone. All right, so at the same time that you want to challenge it, respect whatever that challenge may be, whether it's starting a run. Okay, respect the fact that you need to have the proper equipment. You need to understand your body. You need to listen to what's going on. Okay, and also respect the fact that this is something that is opening up your awareness. All right, and giving you a different perspective. And that's what he wants you to do. He wants you to keep that in mind. He wants to look in your eyes and challenge you and say, you know what? Have respect for what you're moving forward. This is an action card that prompts you to look at things and say, you know what? I need to take into account everything that I have. All right, everything that I'm going into. Am I prepared for this journey? Okay, am I prepared for this adventure? Okay, I need to open up my awareness, open up my perspective on where I want to go forward. By doing that, you respect yourself and you respect the journey that's coming out ahead of you. And that's what this card is telling you about. So that's the Nine of Bows in respect. Where do you need to expand your perspective and see things differently is represented by that Four of Bows celebration and the Two of Bows decision. Now the Four of Bows fell out first and the Two of Bows fell out second. And again, this is Bows energy, and you've got 4 cards in Bows energy. So there's a lot of fire energy here. There's a lot of action energy going on. Okay, so where do you need to expand your perspective and see things differently? When you set up a challenge, when you set up that opportunity to do something, to broaden your awareness and get that perspective, as I talked about in the Nine of Bows, that respect. Once you've come to that decision, celebrate it. Celebrate it with others. Share it with others. As the girls are doing right there, they're celebrating with each other. So celebrate, whatever it is that is expanding your awareness and your perspective with others. Because what's going to happen is they'll help hold you accountable. Okay, and at the end of the journey, whether that's hiking a trail or riding across the United States, riding a bike, running a marathon, a new career, looking at opportunities, to expand your awareness and perspective. When you share it with others and you succeed, okay, they celebrate with you. Okay. The other piece of that is, where do you need to expand your perspective and see things differently, is be grounded in your decision making. That those two staffs are grounded on the top of that mountain, and he's holding them both. Okay, he's made that decision. Okay, and at the same time, he's celebrating. He's celebrating the fact that, you know what, I've made this decision. I'm moving forward. I'm going to go ahead and hike that trail. I'm going to go ahead and bike, across the United States. I'm going to go ahead and look at a different career. I'm going to go ahead and, look at, different social setting. Okay, I'm going to expand my awareness and open up my perspective. And I'm not going to let anybody hold me back. And I'm going to celebrate that and share it with others to hold me accountable. That's what this new moon in Sagittarius, the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse is very powerful. And it opens up for new opportunities and new beginnings. Okay, and they don't happen too often, a couple times a year. But when they do, it allows you to put behind the things that were in the past and allows you to move forward on what's going forward. So there you have it. The Two of Bows, I actually got these backwards. They were like this. Okay, in a Four of Bows celebration. So what new areas of learning can you explore is represented by the moon on water? The moon on water is really the moon card. Okay, but if you look closely in the reflection, it looks like an egg. Okay, and it's a fertile egg. The moon is all about, looking, could be looking at the dark side, could also be looking at, the light, a new opportunity. The moon, goes through every sign every 2 or 3 days. All right. So new areas of learning that you can explore is looking at yourself, understanding, where are you at emotionally? Where are you at in your emotional fortitude as you're moving forward? Where do you need to open up your awareness? Where do you need to open up your perspective? Okay. During this new moon in Sagittarius, it's going to be out there. You can set your intentions to this new moon. Okay. Now, this is a full moon in this card, but during the new moon, it's an opportunity for new beginnings. Okay. It's opportunity to start afresh, within the next, couple weeks. Until that full moon comes back up. So the areas of learning that you can explore within yourself. Open up your awareness within yourself. Meditate, okay? Set your intentions during that new moon to decide, where it is you want to be at the end of this cycle, going into the new year. What is it you want to do different? Coming out of this COVID year, going into a fresh new year in 21. What intentions are you going to set for adventures and experiences that are going to help broaden your worldview? Do you want to travel? Do you want to work from home? Maybe find a remote job. All right. Maybe learn opportunities where you can explore to do Zoom more often. Okay. To hold your own Zoom meetings. If you're going to be working from home, why not? What other opportunities are out there to work from home? Maybe reading to people. All right. Those are all, intentions that you can set to look at the new areas of learning that you can explore. It doesn't say that you have to take them on. It just says you have to explore them. So whatever those dreams and expectations and visions that you have, explore them. You've got the opportunity. Okay. Enjoy it, while you can, because then you can expand your awareness and your perspective. How can you embrace adventure? Represented by the King of Bows, that era, and the Five of Arrows, frustration. Now, the way I like to explain it is, the King of Bows, again, he's the King of Fire energy, that adder. All right? And you can embrace adventure by taking on that kingly aspect, okay? By ruling your kingdom and making those decisions, celebrating it with others, all right? And know what's going on in your world, okay? You can embrace that adventure by not getting frustrated as well, whatever that adventure may be, okay? I know for, I talk about hiking and biking, whatever that adventure may be for you, running a marathon, just running, making sure that your kids get through, their schoolwork, that can be an adventure in itself, okay? But take on that kingly aspect. Know everything that's going on within your kingdom. Are you prepared? Okay. Also look for somebody that can give you that advice, that kingly advice to help embrace that adventure. Okay, do your research. Be well aware of what's going on out there. Okay, broaden your horizons. Look at things from a different perspective, not a devil's advocate perspective, but just a different perspective of, what? Maybe I need to think about this. Okay, that's where that king is whispering in your ear and saying, what? In your preparation, have you thought about this? Hey, D, have you thought about that? On one of my adventures, this is what I did. What about you? Have you considered that? And even though he's giving you that advice, even though he's giving you that stern advice, okay, because his time's valuable. He doesn't want you to come up there with, a trivial supplication, okay? You went up there to ask him about something serious, how to open up your awareness and your perspective, for the adventures, that are out there. So he can give you a better worldwide view. And he's telling you, you know what? I'll give you some advice, son. I'll give you some advice, ma'am. All right? But you need to understand it. You need to take it. You need to live it. Okay? And what I'm going to tell you may not agree with you. And you may get frustrated with it. But keep your eyes on the prize. Stay set to the goal. Don't get frustrated, like that Five of Arrows and missing the mark. Okay? Stay true to your goal. Stay true to what's happening. It's only advice. And he wants to see you succeed. He's going to be on that path with you. Okay, he's going to be on that adventure with you. He wants to see you succeed in broadening your horizons. So that's how you can embrace the adventure. That King of Bows and that Five of Arrows. Now, the Knight of Vessels, the eel, is how you can nourish your faith. Now, vessels are all about emotions and psychic energy and water energy. Okay, and this knight, the way I like to explain the knights are a dual threat. Okay, they're tacticians, and they're also fighters. Okay, now this knight, he will wear his heart on his sleeve. He's going to be able to decipher what's going on, in a conversation. Okay, what's going on with you? What's going on, within the realm? Okay, and he's going to be able to slither through those cracks and ask you important questions to get to the right answer. It's almost like, instead of asking, questions on the tip of that iceberg, he's looking at below the waterline, at the bottom. Okay, he wants to ask those questions. He wants to help you understand where your emotional fortitude is, where your emotions are at. Where is your faith at as you're moving forward? Because if your faith is really low, if your conviction is really low as you try to expand your awareness and perspective, you're not gonna move fast through it. Okay? If your intentions aren't true to yourself around your adventures and experiences, they're not going to broaden your worldview. So you can nourish your faith by knowing that this knight is going to challenge you in your conviction. Okay, and with that, it's going to go back to that King of Bows, that adder, on how you can embrace that. If you can embrace it, whatever adventure that is, then you can go ahead and nourish your faith. Nourish your faith with that moon on water. Look up to the moon. Ask the spirits to guide you. Ask the divine to guide you. Ask your guides, your angels, your masters. Everybody that's up there in the universe, in the spirit world. Have them guide you. Okay? Strengthen your faith. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can move just like this knight and slither across that water. Believe that you can, broaden your horizons and, increase your awareness and perspective. So you can go ahead and enjoy what's going on during this new moon in Sagittarius. So that's a Knight of Vessels. And then what is the highest intention for your freedom? Three of Vessels, joy. A lot of fire energy, some water energy. Because the moon on water, the Knight of Vessels, Three of Vessels. Be joyous. Be joyful. Your highest intention for your freedom is to live in that state of bliss, that live in that state of joy. To understand, to truly be free, you have to have joy. Joy within yourself. Joy to, be able to make some hard decisions and move forward. Joy to, be able to expand your horizons, open up your awareness, and give you a different perspective. Joy in setting those intentions to help get you that freedom. Joy in knowing that you can go on an adventure, whatever it may be. Whether it's a physical adventure, a mental adventure, a psychological adventure. Okay? Just the adventure of, helping out with others. The experiences, to maybe learn a new culture. Take joy in the fact that you're sharing that with others. It goes back to that Four of Bows celebration. So that's your highest intention for your freedom. Joy. Okay? So that's new moon in Sagittarius. And just to recap, I'll go backwards this week. Your highest intention for your freedom is joy. Okay, and that's going to be brought on by nourishing your faith like that Knight of Vessels. Okay, as we talked about. All right, and just knowing that you can be a tactician or a fighter. Okay. Understand yourself Understand where your faith is at as you're moving forward. Okay? Maybe you need to nourish it by, getting back to that moon on water, talking to your spirit guides, talking to your universe, talking to your, the masters of your temple, the ascended ones. Okay? Talking to, those that are relative in your life to help nourish your faith. Maybe you've got a good mentor and a pastor or a priest or something like that. Okay? But spending time developing your faith, spending time to get back into your own spiritual aspect. You can embrace that adventure by listening to what the King of Bows says. That adder, giving you that kingly advice of knowing what's going on. He may ask you some tough questions. Okay? The key is not to get frustrated, because he wants you to go on these adventures. He wants you to broaden your worldview on the experiences. He wants you to open up your awareness and perspective. So don't get frustrated with that, okay? And that's a great clarity card saying, you know what? Here I'm going to give you all this advice. And you're going to walk away saying, you know what? That's not the advice I want. It may not be, but guess what? It opened up your perspective. It opened up your awareness. You may be frustrated with it, but when you let that seed sit, it's going to make sense. What new areas of learning can you explore as represented by the moon on water? Understand, by focusing on the moon and understanding, the lunar aspect, understanding, what can happen during those 2.5 days where it transfers through every sign. Okay, the month that it takes to get back to the next new moon. Okay, the areas of learning that you can explore can all be done within. Look within yourself. Okay, it goes back to that Knight of Vessels, to nourish your faith. These two cards, coincide. All right, so new areas of learning you can explore is looking within yourself. Be like that primordial egg and look for new opportunities, new beginnings with yourself and with others. Where do you need to expand your perspective and see things differently? Making that decision and then celebrating it with others. Celebrate your adventures, celebrate your intentions, celebrate your experiences with others. Make that decision to expand your awareness and perspective. And when you share it with others and celebrate the fact, not only are they going to hold you accountable, but at the end, when your adventure in an experience and worldview and you're showing your pictures to everybody, they're going to appreciate it even more because you know what? They're a part of that journey with you. And then what new experiences are you calling into your life? Is respect. Respect yourself. Respect the adventure that you're going to go on. Respect the experience, okay, that's going to broaden your worldview. Respect the new moon in Sagittarius as it allows you to expand your awareness and perspective. Okay? So that's the new moon in Sagittarius. Also that solar eclipse in Sagittarius that asks you to encourage you to expand your awareness and perspective. Set those intentions around adventures and experience that will broaden your worldview. All right, so that's the new moon in Sagittarius spread. And again, that comes out December 14th. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down below and share it with others. And this is D for Spirit's Path. And we'll talk to you during the full moon coming up next month. Actually, at the end of the month. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.